Now, live from Oilers Nation headquarters, Cruz Mornings presents Bagged Milk.
Bagged Milk from OilersNation.com. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, fellas?
Doing good. Yeah, feeling pretty good. It's going to be a nice day. Got a game tonight. Oilers at home. I saw you wrote a story this morning, and I didn't realize until you pointed out that the Golden Knights haven't won on the road yet.
It's one of the wildest stories. They are undefeated at home. They are 8-0 in Vegas. But on the road, they are winless.
That's so weird.
It's wild. And they're giving up basically double the amount of goals on the road as they are at home. It's one of the wilder kind of stats you can see. It's super interesting.
Yeah, that is just one of those crazy things you look at and you're like, that can't be right. What? All right. Special teams tonight. You also wrote about the special teams. They need to get the penalty going, penalty kill going. What is happening with that?
I don't know, man. But when your penalty kill is basically a coin flip about whether you're going to kill it or whether you're going to allow a goal, it's just like, oh my Lord, they're at 60%.
Yeah.
That is awful. And I wish I had an answer, but I just don't. It's like the mistakes they're making, every single time they make a mistake, it winds up in the back of the net. So I think just ultimately the answer is everybody on the PK has to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Skinner, Pickard, doesn't matter. If you look at their save percentages when they're down and mad, both are not good. If you look at the group around them, they're making some sloppy plays and mistakes that just cannot happen. So I think the answer is just everybody's got to dial it in, but the PK struggles are really, really bad. And then on the other side, if you had given me all the time in the world to write a list of problems I thought the Oilers would have this year, the power play was not going to be on that list.
No.
So I think it'll eventually get going. I'm very confident in the skill level that the Oilers have, that power play is going to get going. But,
you got to think
it has been a battle here.
You got to think that's just one of those blips early in the season where it's like, okay, this will sort itself out. Don't get crazy. Don't make anything drastic. But that'll sort itself out eventually, I think.
That's where I'm at too, but ultimately 13 games in, you're over 15% done of the season.
Yeah.
Boy, let's pick it up. Let's get some goals going on that here.
Do you think there's a trade coming? I just keep seeing people that they're on the market for a right-handed defenseman and everything else. Do you think that's an actual possibility?
I hope so. Even on this segment going back into the summer, we were talking about concerns on the defense, specifically on the right side,
Yeah.
and I think that those concerns are unfortunately showing themselves to be true. So I'd hope so. I hope there's a trade out there that can find a top 4 D-man for the right side that can really anchor that down and help, smooth things out in the defensive zone. But we also don't see trades like that this early in the season very often.
No.
It's one of those things that generally happens when teams they're like, all right, we're out, let's sell some pieces, or closer to the deadline, and we're still early. So while I hope there's a trade there to anchor it down, I just don't know how realistic it is. Even Frank's fired up about the defense.
Might be some wishful thinking on our behalf.
Jasper Minor Hockey. You guys are doing a fundraiser?
Yeah, we've got a couple of different merch designs out that it's for the Love of the Game line. That's kind of part of the nation vernacular. We always say it's for the love of the game, and we're trying to raise some money for the Jasper Minor Hockey Association. We all know what happened in Jasper over the summer, and a lot of kids are being affected right now and wanting to get on the ice. They're having to go to Hinton. There's some smoke damage in the arena. They had to redo a bunch of the construction that was going on in there in the summer. So we're just trying to help out as best we can. So we've got a couple of different things up at nationgear.ca. We got a T-shirt, we got a crew neck with 100% of the net proceeds going to help Jasper Minor Hockey Association. We've also just got a link in there if you just want to make a straight donation to them. We'll happily facilitate that. But yeah, that's over at nationgear.ca, Jimmy. We're just trying to raise a little bit of money for the kids playing hockey in Jasper.
I love the look of the merch too. You're supporting a great cause and you got some great looking clothing. The Jasper Bears hockey, the logo is awesome. I love the gray crew neck. I might have to pick one of those up. So yeah.
Yeah, Kennedy, our graphic designer, did a great job with this. She happily accepted the task, and I think she crushed it. So, yeah, it's not just that we're raising some money, but like you said, Grant, you also get a piece of merch that looks really good as well.
It's a cool piece of clothing. So that's at nationgear.ca. You can read Bagged Milk's game notes and everything else at OilersNation.com. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, boys.